Now friends, whenever we will talk about the employee benefit under Indus AS 19, we will discuss short-term paid absences. Now absences includes short-term paid absences, accumulating and non-accumulating. Now this terminology that you should understand first. There are two types short-term paid absence: accumulating and non-accumulating. Accumulating paid absences can be carried forward if the current paid entitlement is not used in full. This may be vested or non-vested. When the employees render the services that increases their entitlement to future paid absences, it means accumulated whatever absenteeism is there, that whatever leave is there, that may be benefited for future. And this particular two terminology comes under accumulating, vesting and non-vesting. Vesting is in cash, non-vesting means it is not in cash. So vesting and non-vesting. In case of the vesting type of accumulating paid absences, employers are entitled to get to a cash payment when they leave the entity. In case of the non-vesting obligations, cash payment does not arise. The cash payment arises whenever the vesting, non-vesting obligation of cash payment does not arise. So these things you have to keep in mind. Obligation is recognized as an additional amount, and here non-accumulating, whenever we will talk about the non-accumulating, no liability or expenses recognized until the time of absence. There is no liability they recognize because they are not considered as expenses. Now short-term employee benefit major disclosures that we will discuss. So here under Indus AS 19, no specific disclosures prescribed, and under other Indus AS disclosure may be required. It includes Indus AS 1 and Indus AS 24. Now we will talk about the post-employment benefit. It includes defined contribution plan and defined benefit plan. Whenever we will talk about the defined contribution plan, the entity pays agreed contribution as per the agreed plan and has no further liability. It means if the employee is appointed in a particular post, so they already decided the agreed contribution regarding their benefit, and it has no further liability. It means if they take the insurance premium, if they take the insurance policy of the employee and premium regularly employer paid, so whatever premium paid by the employer, it is a defined contribution plan. It means it is an agreement between the employer and employee. We will take your insurance policy and we will give the insurance policy to you and we will pay the premium regularly. It is a defined contribution. So accounted for the accrual basis. Whenever we will talk about the defined benefit plan, so any other type of scheme, typical a pension is guaranteed based on final salary. One example, suppose at the time of posting of the employee, employer give defined benefit plan, and they says that to the employee, you we will pay we will pay certain amount to your pension plan as per your salary, as per your salary. So whatever pension plan is there, salary is there, suppose from this salary we will contribute it, we will give benefit of the 10% of the salary to the pension plan, and 10% of the pension plan. Now after 5 years, if that particular employee's salary hike increase, so hike salary whatever is there on that particular salary, they charge 10% pension and they will put. It means this is a defined benefit. Whatever increment of that particular salary, that basis they will get the benefit. But defined contribution plans, it is a fixed amount payment, a fixed amount of liability to the company. And benefit plan, it is not fixed. And accounting for using this projected unit credit method, and it is benefited always to the employee. Defined contribution plan, it is a one type of benefit of the employer, but defined benefit plan, it is always benefited to the employee. Now we will discuss whether the following are post employment benefits that we should understand. Now first, one by one we will discuss. Employees are entitled for a compensation of rupees 1 lakh if injured during the work at the factory. Now whether it is a post employment benefit, employee is entitled to get compensation of rupees 1 lakh if he injured during the work at the factory. It is not a post employment benefit. Post employment benefit is after retirement. During the work at the factory, if he suffer any particular accident, then company will give compensation of rupees 1 lakh. So it is not a post employment benefit. Now one more. Entity makes annual payment to insurance company towards its gratuity obligation. Now annual payment to the insurance company, it's gratuity. Now gratuity, when they will fulfill after post employment benefit, it is considered as after post employment benefit, because gratuity will pay after retirement or after resignation. Therefore we can say that this particular annual payment to the insurance company, because it is a gratuity obligation of the entity and it is paid at the time of retirement, therefore we can say that it is a post employment benefit. Next, monthly contribution to statutory provident fund, it is also post employment benefit. Concessional house loan given to employee during the employment, it is not a post employment benefit. Answer is no. Guarantee given by the company for loan taken by the employees, it is not a post employment benefit. So I hope you understood the exact concept of the post employment benefit. Now whenever we will talk about the defined contribution plan and defined benefit plan, let us discuss that these particular differences. Defined contribution plan is a obligation is limited to contribute to made. It is a actuarial risk and investment risks fall on employee. It is an obligation. So what is the obligation? They will pay certain amount. It is a certain amount. The quantum of the post-employment benefit is determined by the contribution. But defined benefit plan, it is an obligation to be provided the agreed benefits. It is an actuarial risk and investment risk falls on entity. But defined contribution plan, actuarial risk and investment risks fall on employee. Defined benefit plan is a predetermined agreed post employment benefits are received by the employee. Let us discuss some examples related to the defined contribution plan and defined benefit plans. Now first that we will discuss one by one. Entity makes annual payment to the insurance company. Policy will mature when the employee retires. So which plan is there? Whether it is a defined contribution plan or defined benefit plan. So it is a defined contribution plan because fixed amount entity pay to the insurance company. Now after maturity, when the employee is retired, they will get the benefit. But it is a fix. There is no change. There is no only certain amount is there. Though they decided defined contribution plan. Then entity contracted to pay at least 5% of the final salary of the each year of completed service. Annual payment are made to LIC. So every year 5%. Sometime if the employee get promotion and salary hike, the hike salaries 5% should pay by the entity. It means it is a defined benefit plans. Entity provides voluntary medical cover to retire employees, but there is no legal obligation. It is also considered as a defined benefit plan. Entity makes annual payment to insurance company for gratuity, no further obligation. So there is no further obligation. Annual payment is there. So it is a defined contribution plan. Long-term disability lump sum compensation, it is also defined contribution plan. I hope you understood the difference between defined contribution plan and defined benefit plans. Now whenever we will talk about the defined contribution plans, recognition and measurement, it is recognized as a liability, occurred expenses after deducting amount paid. Sometimes as an asset if the excess contribution made. As an asset if not form of the cost of the asset as per the Ind AS 2 or Ind AS 16. Long-term employee benefits. Now what kinds of long-term employee benefits that we have discussed? Employee benefits which is not expected to be settled whole before 12 months after the end of the annual reporting period in which the services are received. For example, long-term paid absences such as long service or sabbatical leave, long-term disability benefit, then jubilee and long service benefit, deferred remuneration, and this accounting is similar to that defined benefit plans. Defined benefits plans. Let us discuss some examples. Now termination benefits, we will discuss examples, but we will talk about the termination benefit also. This standard deals with the termination benefits separately from other employee benefits, because the event which gives rise to an obligation is the termination of the employment rather than employee services. Termination benefit result either entity decisions to terminate the employment, employee's decision to accept an entity's offer of the benefits in exchange for termination of the employment. Now we should find out whether the following is a termination benefit. Local labor law required that payments are made to employee leaving the entity for any reason after 5 years service. The amount payable are determined by reference to the final salary and the length of the service. So it is whether it is a termination benefit. Answer is no, because local labor law, whatever they are providing regarding the payment, they can be made, but it is not a termination benefit. Entity B has agreed to pay to those employees who accepted the offer of the retirement redundancies. It is yes, because it is a termination benefit, because voluntary retirement is there. It is a termination benefit. Now our question, whether the termination benefits are enhancement to post-employment benefits. Answer, if yes, apply requirement of the post-employment benefit. If the no, so whether it is expected to be settled within 12 months. Termination benefit is not expected to settle within 12 months, because it is not a short term. Termination benefit is not a short term. It is considered as a post-employment benefit. But post-employment we have to apply post-employment benefits requirements. If it is settled within 12 months, yes, to apply the short-term employee benefit. If it is no, to apply the long-term employee benefits. I hope you understood. There are certain questions that we will discuss in our next lecture.